Hello, this is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire, and we're going live on Amazon Live. It's 4:30 p.m. in UK, 11:30 a.m. on the east coast of the United States, and we're going live on Amazon Live, which means I'm broadcasting from my studio out to Amazon Live, which means we're going live on Amazon Live now. I'll press that. And I'm just waiting for the green light in my studio. Go preview. And I should have got a signal on my iPad saying that we're actually live. Hopefully we are live. Always, I remember in the early days of doing this that we used to sort of cross our fingers about going live. And I want to say hello to AL 2020, who's just AL 2020 or 220, who's just started to follow me. Right, it's me. I'm live from Wiltshire, England, and over the course of let's see how it goes. This is my fourth broadcast today. I broadcast on Be Live, I broadcast on Melon, and I broadcast on Melon, and now I'm back on Be Live, and I'm happy. So let's have a look at what's up for today, and thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. And this broadcast is lights, camera, action, and it's all about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. If you've got any questions about any aspect of live broadcasting, then please do ask. Okay, just a note. This is a free resource on Amazon Live, and we're here to actually help you. The items down in the carousel, I own over 75% of them, which is an Amazon requirement, and I can show them to you at any point in the broadcast. If you've got a question about anything that's in the carousel, then please do ask. If you've got a question about anything in relation to live broadcasting, then please ask. I've been live broadcasting for 6 years, and thoroughly enjoy myself. We say hello to people on Amazon Live who actually joined us. Okay, so looking at what's coming up today, we've looked at the card, and then the next item is this. We'll be talking about this later. This is the Obsbot Tiny camera. It's my second camera, and it is used to show you things on the demonstration area. This is live. This is my hand, and I need my phone later because we'll be talking about mobile broadcasting. You've got the Echo Dot. You've got the TP-Link Deco networking system. All these items are down in the carousel. You've got the 4-way USB, which is down in the carousel too. It's allowing me to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones today. There's my Be Live mug. And so we've got that camera, and I'm going to come back to a full screen, and I'm going to be talking about Logitech Lytra Lite, which is on a broadcast by Marco Novo, and I've got 2 Logitech Lytra lights. My friends have bought them too, and I'll explain to you why everybody loves lighting from Logitech, released in January 2022. And I'm also going to be showing you the Logitech C920X and all about background removal software in the course of this broadcast. Now, this broadcast is done for you. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy being on Amazon Live. I'm privileged to be here because I'm from England. In fact, there are 4 of us who broadcast live from England on Amazon Live. And 3 of us use the same system. And the system I'm using today is top right-hand corner, hopefully. Oh, I need to apply Be Live. Okay, so I'm broadcasting from Be Live today. You'll find all sorts of systems being used to broadcast on Amazon Live. We're all independent broadcasters. We don't work for Amazon. The opinions we give are our own from actually using the products that are down in the carousel. Now, I use every product in the carousel on a regular basis. And I'm broadcasting live on Facebook. So we've got a comment coming in from Facebook from Corinda, who's saying, hey, Stephen, Corinda is a good friend who lives in London, just outside London, Staines. And we are back on Be Live TV. or be.live. Thank you, Corinda. And correct. It's good to be right. Okay. So I do appreciate your time. I'm here as a resource. Look at me. I'm here to answer your questions live. This is as good as it gets, because you can look at a product in the carousel and you can ask questions about it, and I'll answer them whilst I'm live. In fact, in the comments, if you want to let me know where you're watching from, okay, we'll get a conversation going. But other than that, I'm going to go through the items in the carousel and explain why I use them and why I enjoy using them. And a little bit about me before we get underway. And the first item we're going to do today is Logitech Lytra Lite, which I'm going to put down in the carousel just a moment. We will be talking about Logitech Brio, which is on discount, the Obspot Tiny, Logitech Mevo, Elgato Wave 3 microphone, Logitech C920X, and the Logitech Lytra Lite, which I'm going to highlight now. The item I'm talking about is always bottom left of the screen as the highlighted item. Now, a little bit about me. Basically, I live in a place called Devizes, and I should be able to bring that on screen for you. Okay, this is where I live. Okay, and I found it. Okay, let's go to the pictures. I live in a town called Devizes, which is about 93 miles away from London. And this is a place called the Crammer. And this is a man-made pond which the wildfowl of the area swoop to. And there's nothing better than sitting in the sun on the Crammer, watching the world. This is a town centre. We have a town market, and we've got the king gave a charter to Devizes to be able to hold a farmers market every Thursday morning. And that is exactly what happens. And then we're coming up to one of my favorite pictures. And in fact, I took all these photographs. So we'll look at more photographs later. But for the moment, I'm going to come back and we're going to take the logo off, take Devizes off screen. And if I basically, right, okay, so you know what we're talking about, lights, camera, action, and there will be Fitbits involved at some point during the broadcast, so I can take care of that. You know I've got a second camera, which is Obspot Tiny. I'm going to switch that one off, and I'll tell you how I just love it as a camera, the features that it has, which are in advance for the cameras. We've looked at the photos. I'll bring more of those back later. And we're going to look at background removal. And we're going to be looking at this light. Now, this light is down in the carousel. And I just need a moment to lean over and take hold of my Logitech Lytra light. And again, I want to say thank you to Al for the follow. It makes all the difference. So, like you, I watch Amazon Live, and my friend Marco Novo, who's just above me, was interviewing Daniel Sigman of Logitech. So Daniel works for Logitech, and he showed the light that I'm holding here, which I'll show you in a moment. And I thought, well, that's a good light. I'll have one of those. So after I watched the show, I went and read the reviews on Amazon.com, and here it is. I bought the Logitech Lytra light. Now, my need was for lighting, because I'd had two soft boxes, one either side of me, and they shone light onto the wall, reflected back onto me. And there are three elements in a live broadcast: the camera, I'm using Logitech Brio, the microphone, the Elgato Wave 3, and lighting. Lighting is very important. In actual fact, let's just switch the lights on. Okay, so the light is now on, and you can see me a bit better. Straight away, you can see the difference between the light being off, the light being on. Okay, and it makes a world of difference. Lighting is important, whether you're on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. You do need to get your lighting right. And the way to do that is to get one of these. If you're broadcasting solo, this is the ideal light, because it comes it's got cellophane there when it arrives. It's got cellophane at the base when it arrives, and you take those off and you recycle them. The light itself is extendable, so you can actually lift the light up, and it's on a ratchet, and you can go down to the settings. Now, my light is like that. Okay, so I've got it angled, and it's using the shelf there. It's sat on the top of my monitor, and it's lighting me at the moment. And it is an effective light. It's not an in your eyes light. This is not a blaring light. This is a soft light, as we'll discover as I go through the features of this light, why this light is at $59.99. I mean, I looked at others and they were $200. And then I saw this. I saw Daniel showing this, and I thought, well, that's a bit better. Okay, so we can bend the light forward. We can turn the light to one way, and we can turn the light the other way. So it is flexible. You put it on top of your monitor and it becomes very stable. Now, mine is on my BenQ monitor, 27-inch monitor, which is down the carousel. And it's next to my Brio camera on top. And it's like that. And it's shining down on me. And you can see me as a result. But if you don't want the light on your monitor, what you can do is you can take a tripod and you can twist, let's just do it properly, put the light up like that. You can then twist the light and you can put it onto a tripod. And if you put it onto the tripod, then you can put the light anywhere on your desking. It's very, very flexible, and it is just, well, let's just have a look at the features of this light. What I have next to me in my studio, its official title is the Logitech Lytra Glow Premium Light. This is the box that it comes in. And as I say, you just got 2 bits of cellophane to take off in order to get the light out. And the first thing you do with the light, is take the cable supplied with the light, just getting the cable. Okay, take the cable that's supplied with the light and just plug it in to the back of the light, like that, simple as that. On the back of the light, you've got 3 switches. If you press the central switch, then the light will come on. And as you can see, it's not bright. It gets the tone right. If I went out now and I looked in the mirror, I do look something like you're seeing me now. So it's not a blaring light. And it can be controlled from the back by 2 sliders. You can control the bright, you can control the temperature. It is a proprietary lighting system called TrueSoft, and it's on adjustable monitor mount. We've shown that you can actually twizzle it and you can put it on a tripod if you wish. So it's definitely, and then it's got the brightness and color temperature controls. Now I'm going to show you in a minute the software that actually controls this light. Okay, from Logitech. It's free, and it turns this light into the ability to have 6 different presets, and you can switch through during the course of a broadcast. It's got a desktop app. I'm going to show you the app in a minute. Okay, and it's a natural light. And the thing about this is natural skin tones, I can see. Radiant look is up to you. This light was designed for broadcasters and gamers, and it can work. It is safe. Well, let's just put it here. It is actually safe for all-day streaming. Okay, so you could leave the light on all day if you wish. Low power consumption, and no side effects from having the light on. And you've got freedom of light placement. We've looked about that. And the next thing is you've got Logitech's free G Hub desktop software. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this light off. Okay, and I'm going to show you the software that comes with the light to enable you to control it from your desktop, be it a PC or Mac. Okay, so let's go and switch that off. And I'm going to go and share screen. Yep, so we're going over to a window on my desktop. Software is totally free. You go to logitech.com You type in Logitech Lytra Lite and you can download it. Okay, if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about, please do ask. So I'm going to bring the software on screen, and this is the software. And as you can see, you've got the controls. The simplest one, of course, is to switch the light on and off. So I'm going to come on screen, and you can see straight away, and we say thank you to Daniel and Marco. You can see straight away that if I go and I switch the light off using the software, then I go dark. Okay, it's heading towards 5 p.m. in the UK at the moment. Switch the light back on and I'm better lit. Now, there are 6 presets in the software, and from the drop down, I can simply select a preset, and this is the first one. Now, this first one is full brightness and no temperature, so it's cool and it's bright. Now, this is not me. What we're talking about here is choosing your own best light setting. So let's carry on and take myself off solo, and let's just go through the presets. So the next one is this, which is cozy daylight, and then that is followed by mild afternoon. Now this is one of my favorites. It's not too bright, and if we look at the sliders, you will see on the sliders that we're about a third of the way in on temperature, and brightness is not too high. The next preset is soft sunset. I like that one too. You get your favorites. And cozy candlelight is for when you're broadcasting in the evening. Yeah. So this is a soft light. This is a light in which you can feel comfortable, and that's what it's all about. It's about feeling comfortable on camera. And lighting is important so that when people watch you, yeah. I mean, when I watch, when I take part in Zoom calls or watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, some people are in the dark. Some people are too well lit. With this light, you can control the lighting so that you can stand out from everybody else. Now, there are 6 presets that come with this, and I'm going to go to the 7th one now, and the rider is that I actually did this one. So this is the one I did, and this is totally wrong. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the software, and I'm going to decrease the brightness, yeah, and I'm going to decrease the temperature so I don't look too red. Okay, so I'm now reasonably well lit. And come back to me. Now, the software, just let me put that on one side. The software is Logitech G Hub, which is used by a lot of gamers around the world, so it's well-established software. You download it, you install it, it will find your light. It's capable of controlling more than one light. So you can have one light on your desktop and on your monitor, and one light on your desking with the tripod, and you can control them both from this. So you've got the ultimate in controllable lighting. It is from Logitech, and we know Logitech for the cameras, 920, 922, 925, 930 and Brio. So the quality is there. We know, from my point of view, the design is from a monitor, it's very stable, and it provides the lighting I need to broadcast solo as I'm doing today on Amazon Live. So you're watching the Logitech Lytra Lite together with the Logitech Brio camera. And we're going to go on to a camera next. Okay, so that's the lighting. We've got the lighting sorted. Now we need to sort the camera. And the first camera I'm going to look at is, well, let's go for this one. Down in the carousel, you can see it. It's the Logitech C920. And when I first started broadcasting, which was 6 years ago, which was before Facebook Live, we were broadcasting on a website called Blab. 4 people on screen, people in the chat, didn't go anywhere, didn't go to Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. It just stayed where it was on the one website. And we got together as broadcasters and said, we need to up our game. If we're going to go on Facebook Live, we have to look good and we've got to sound good. Okay, this was at the beginning of live video. Facebook Live was the dawn of live video, and we all went out and we all bought a camera. Yeah. Now, incredibly, a very high percentage of us bought this camera, which is down in the carousel at the moment. It's the Logitech C920X. It is 14% discount today at $59.99. And we're going to look at the Logitech C920X camera and talk about cameras in general. And I'm going to, in a couple of minutes, I'll actually show you what the extra is, what you actually get in addition to the camera. Okay, you got a license to something. So it is, X stands for extra. I'm going to explain the extra, and it's a full high definition camera. Okay, 1080p. Right, I'm broadcasting to you now at 720p. 1080p, 720 is there, 1080 is there. Okay, it's the quality of the video that's being sent to you watching as you watch live on Amazon Live now. The higher the number, the better the quality. 720 is DVD quality, 1080 is high definition. And in terms of high definition, this is your camera. This is the ideal camera for Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. It's the ideal first camera. It's ideal as a present to yourself, or a present to a family, or a present to somebody else. This camera that I'm holding here, this one is 6 years old. I got this 6 years ago when we started Facebook Live. The one that's down in the carousel was redesigned. So the one in the carousel is redesigned. I'm just going to take a comment from the studio. And thank you, Corinda. You've given the game away now. I was going to do a big reveal later. I was going to talk about the camera, and then I was going to say, and yeah, it's not just a camera. Okay, it's a software as well. And Corinda's given the game away. So that's the way it goes. Right, when you get the camera, basically USB-A, you plug it straight into your PC or Mac, and it will work straight away. There have been millions of these sold. It's probably the most popular camera for live broadcasting on the web or on Zoom. Now, when I say live broadcasting, I do include Zoom. So I won't be saying Zoom every time, but it is ideal for Zoom. And I've got a comment coming in, and it's going to come in automatically. Let's just wait and see what happens. Really, what one Logitech C? How old is that one? I know, right? Corinda's got a Logitech C270, which I think is an older model, updated, of course. But Logitech C270 is, I know it says 720, but 270 is the real number. Is a good camera, and it is not in the carousel. But if you go over to Amazon.com and you type in C270, sorry, Corinda, then you'll find the camera. Okay, back to the story. Okay, so we all got this camera 6 years ago. The one that's down in the carousel, though, has been redesigned, but I'm showing this as an example. But to me, this speaks volumes to the quality of Logitech construction. Yeah, and what surprised me the other day was this. I've got Alexa with me. Okay, Alexa, who are Logitech?
According to Wikipedia, Logitech International SA is a Swiss multinational manufacturer of computer peripherals and software.
Alexa, stop.
In Lausanne.
So Logitech are a Swiss company based in Lausanne with manufacturing facilities around the globe and offices around the globe as well. Okay, Swiss made. And if you know about Swiss watches, you know about their engineering capability. So to put it onto your monitor, you just pull the lip down there, and it then goes over the back of your monitor. Now, what you want to do is adjust the lip there so that it's comfortable for you to look at the camera. That's what you're aiming for, is to get it to the spot where you can look at it and feel comfortable. Now, I've got mine, as you know, on top of my BenQ monitor, and my BenQ monitor is down in the carousel. It's a 27-inch monitor, 3820 display. But But if you don't want to mount this, you find that there is, in actual fact, on the bottom of the camera, a thread. And that means you can take your tripod, which you saw a few moments ago, and you can put your tripod, I'm trying to do this while talking. Shouldn't do that, should I? You can put the camera on the tripod, so the camera doesn't then need to be on your desktop. You could have the camera anywhere on your desking because it's now on a tripod, and you can place the camera anywhere. Now, the next question that comes from that is, well, what about the length of the cable? Okay, because this is the cable, and it's about that long, well, 2.5 meters, 3 meters. What I found with cameras, I'm just making sure it doesn't fall over, is that sometimes you don't have a long enough cable. This is a solution to that. This is the Eugreen 2-meter extension cable. It's got a male and female connection, and you can plug your camera into it, plug the other end into your computer, and then you can really move this camera up to 12 feet away from where you are, and any angle, because it's on the tripod. So all I can say is I've been using, I got 2 of these, one for spare, and I'm using one at the moment on the Overswap Tiny camera, which we'll see later. But this is, it should be in everybody's toolkit. You should have one of these. It's down in the carousel, and it's towards the end of the carousel. Okay, and it's a good investment because then you can extend your microphone, you can extend your camera, you can extend your light if you wish. Okay, and it's, you don't need instructions for this. Plug it in, that's it. Okay, so that's the cable that's down in the carousel. So let's come back. So we've got it on its tripod. Okay, good. So far, so good. Now it's got clear. Okay, it's got stereo microphone, and it's omnidirectional, so it can hear everything that's around you. Earlier today, we had a carpenter building a fence. That's when you actually need. Right. Okay. So okay, I've just got something said to me in the studio, which I'm ignoring. Okay, I'm going to carry on broadcasting. I've got a message in the studio, but I'm ignoring it. 2 microphones which can hear everything, so you do need noise cancellation, and the lens in the center. The field of view is 78 degrees, and we'll come on to that in a minute. It has, all cameras nowadays have light compensation, so if I switch my Logitech Lytra light off, the camera will compensate. High definition light correction. Okay, and then we're back with lights. It is, just a minute, I'll turn that off. There is capture software. Now I'm going to be talking about Logitech Brio shortly, which I'm going to demonstrate the software they're talking about there. Okay, so that's coming up when we get to Logitech Brio. We're going to actually look at the software that controls your camera. Because the thing is, just a minute, let's stop that. If you buy a Logitech camera, there is free software you can download for logitech.com to actually control your microphone. Now, when you take it out of the box, it's got the default factory settings. There's so much more that every single Logitech camera can do if you've got the software. So, well, I'll tell you how to do it shortly, but the software is worth getting because it's a game changer, because you're not just using the defaults. It's got a low light setting, which we just talked about, and it's got 78 degrees field of view. The camera that's down in the carousel was actually released on March 31st, 2020. So while I'm telling you, quite honestly, that my camera is 6 years old, which it is, which is testament to the build quality of the Logitech, the one down in the carousel was totally redesigned and released in March 2020. So they've updated it. But I'm just proud of the fact, I mean, this camera, just a minute, this camera, which is 6 years old, let's let me do this. Okay, one tripod, one camera. Let's just switch my second camera on for a moment. Okay, so I'm going to start the video on my second camera just to show you. Just a minute. I'm going to hide the we've talked about Lytra lights, so I can stop sharing that now, can't I? If I switch my second camera on, okay, which is the Oswald Tiny, and I go full screen with it, okay, I'm still here, but you can only see my second camera. But if I go here and I go over here, past me, keep going, you can see my Samsung all-in-one PC. Do you remember those? Well, this, if I put this here, this Logitech camera actually lives on top of that Samsung all-in-one PC, and it still works. It works perfect. There's nothing. It's quality built to last. Okay, now I did say earlier that when I started the show that I would show you everything about background removal software, because you'll notice the green screen, the Logitech green screen, the carousel. Take a look, I'll tell you more. This screen is reversible. Okay, so it's blue one side, green the other, and it is the difference between quality background removal. Now, why would you need background removal software, and why do you get, just a minute, why do you get, with the Logitech C920, 3 months of XSplit VCam background removal? Now, just a note here, I've been using XSplit VCam since January 2019. My friend Brigetti and I used to have a contest between software on the Mac and software on the PC. XSplit VCam is PC, and at the beginning, well, let's just put it this way, it's improved and they keep upgrading it, and every time they upgrade it, I create a video and Logitech watch the video and say thank you. So I'm going to show you the video now, and this is how background removal software actually works. I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. Is here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can The second thing you can do, and this is important, and that's why I've come live. I've come live for two reasons. One, I was playing that video from YouTube. If you want to watch the full video, it is on YouTube. But obviously, I'm an independent broadcaster on Amazon.com. I don't work for Amazon, and time is important. So I'm here live talking to you now. The second place you can get images from is you can have a website as your background. If it's your website, not a problem. If it's somebody else's website, so the BBC, CNN, CNBC, you get the idea, then basically just say, I am using the CNN website, and you're covered. And that includes everywhere you actually go. A third place you can get a background from is you can get a moving background. Okay, because as I say, the Logitech C920X does in fact include the background removal software for 3-month license for it. So you may as well use it. Okay, so the third place you can go is to YouTube. You can take a YouTube video and use that as your background. So you've got a moving background, telling a story. All this is about telling your story. That's the thing. And if you go to YouTube, get the URL, come to Expert VCam, put the URL in, the video will play in the background a high percentage of the time. But if it's your video, it will always play. Okay, if it's somebody else's video and they haven't given permission for it to be used outside YouTube, it won't play. There's nothing we can do but go to the next video. Okay, and the final thing you can do is you can go to a website called unsplash.com. Now, photographers from around the world have sent in their best images to unsplash.com, and we can go to the website and we can download them for free. Absolutely brilliant. So you can type in Paris, Texas, and get images from Paris, Texas. You can type in Paris, France, and possibly get an image of the Eiffel Tower or the Arc de Triomphe. Yeah, so you can get images from all around the world for free to use as your background. Now, when I do that, I will send, there's a share button on unsplash.com. Click the share button, send out a tweet. It shows the image, yeah, and it gives publicity to the photographer, and it's a big thank you. Okay, so you can actually help to make a photographer better known just simply by sharing. Okay, so somewhere in all this, we are still talking about Logitech C920X. As I say, it is a reliable camera. I know a lot of my broadcasting friends from 6 years ago still use it. It still works well. No reason to change. I changed to my next camera basically because I want to broadcast in 4K. This camera, as we saw at the beginning, does 720 and 1080. Okay, 720, 1080, 30 frames per second, which is high. It's good enough. It's good enough for Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Zoom. Ideal as a present to yourself. Ideal as a present to a student. Ideal for somebody who uses Zoom. Yeah, this is an ideal first camera, quality camera. Just go and get one. Okay, everybody should have one. In fact, probably the vast majority of live broadcasts have all got Logitech cameras. Although there are other cameras which I will show you in this broadcast. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to you for watching me live on Amazon Live today. I'm here to help and to answer your questions. That's basically doing this as a live review. If I have an item in my carousel and it has a problem, it's only likely to be a small problem, but I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm going to give you an honest review of the products in the carousel. Whilst I'm talking about one product, you can surf, okay, and you can look at other products. If you're enjoying the broadcast, and I hope you are, you can press the follow button and you'll get notified. I don't get your information. Your information stays with Amazon. But if you press the follow button, then you're informed of when I go live again, and you'll see a following tab up above. You can build your own Amazon Live TV channel. I've got to be honest here. Okay, I follow about 250 Amazon Live broadcasters, but I enjoy watching Amazon Live. You know, I bought the Logitech Lytra Lite after watching Amazon Live. A lot of products we actually buy after watching Amazon Live, and it's a brilliant resource. And you can build your own television channel on Amazon Live with your favorite live broadcasters just by pressing the follow button, and whenever we're live, you'll get notified, possibly, not all the time. It's just a great resource to have, because the variety of expertise in Amazon Live is incredible, because you've got people who talk about hardware like lights, camera, action. You've got people who talk about cookery, talk about fashion, talk about home, talk about security. You name a topic and it's covered on Amazon Live. And all you have to do is to go to the Discover button, which is above me, don't go now, and you'll find all the shows that are coming up today. And then the following tab, you'll find everybody you're following. And then you can actually search by category by going to the next tab, and you can search for everybody who's doing electrical shows, or everybody's doing pet shows, or everybody's doing fashion shows. You're in control. You can decide who to watch. You can watch live, or you can watch on the replay. Amazon Live is a free resource with broadcasters from all around the world, including 4 from the UK. That's myself, Nick Wood, and of course Grant Saunders, who's a stage hypnotist, and who's the other guy? If you can name the 4th Englishman, then please do comment. Okay, but there are 4 Englishmen broadcasting. I know an Australian lady, Adair Palmer. I know Brigitte Limbanda from South Africa. I know David Burrows from Canada, Oceania, Ontario. We're a network of live broadcasters, all on Amazon Live. We all know each other. We help and support each other. We've got Facebook groups where everybody answers questions and we all get on, and it's like family. Okay, so Amazon Live is your resource. Yeah, you've got the page, you've got the reviews, but we're live. So if you've got a question on a cooking show, you can ask a question. If you've got a question on a security show, you can ask a question. And if you've got a question about live broadcasting, you can ask now. The other thing you should know is that as soon as I finish broadcasting, all the comments disappear. All the comments disappear. Now, this is important. I mean, when I do a show with Wood on Mondays, and we do a movie quiz. So at 11 a.m. Eastern next Monday is the movie quiz. 10 questions, multiple choice about the movies. And you'll see 10 products, 10 questions, Nick and I, and it's just a blast. Okay, so that's the promo gone. And the next thing I'm going to go on to is the next camera. Okay, and I need to go the right way on the carousel. Okay, it's the first item in the carousel. It's the Logitech Brio camera. Now, let me go over here and go here. It is, in fact, Logitech Brio 4K webcam, and it's down in the carousel. And today it is 30% off. Okay, less than I paid for it. $159.88, 30% off. It's got 11,250 reviews, and it's got 4.5 stars. Why has it got 4.5 stars from 11,252 people? Because it is a quality camera. As we already discussed, Logitech are a respected maker of webcams. Okay, now you're actually watching me. This is the Logitech Brio camera you're watching. So this is the quality that you actually get from a Logitech Brio camera. Okay, and this is the reason I bought this camera. It's a 4K camera. Okay, you've got 720, 1080, and then somewhere up there is 4K. Very high definition, very high. So the quality of the picture is determined by the number of pixels in the picture. The higher the number, the more pixels, the better the quality of the picture. And I got this camera, basically, I got Logitech Brio because I wanted to broadcast in 4K. I wanted the experience of doing it. So I went off and I researched, and people were saying about Logitech Brio, brilliant camera. So I thought, right, okay, I'll buy one from Amazon. So I did. And I plugged it in straight away. It's plug and play. It just goes into your PC or Mac because it's it sells well. So iOS and Windows know all about it, and they can say, right, okay, you've got a Logitech Brio camera, thank you very much, we're good to go. And you are good to go just from plugging it into your PC, because it will be recognized straight away. That's the thing. No drivers to install, it will be recognized straight away. The drivers are already standard in your operating system. But I got the 4K camera because I wanted to broadcast in 4K. Now I can tell you that you can broadcast in 4K with Logitech Brio 4K webcam using OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster. What I did was I switched off my PC totally, clean start, switched it back on again, went straight to XSplit Broadcaster, okay, which is from XSplit, set it to 4K, said go to YouTube, I broadcast live on YouTube in 4K. And I've got to tell you, the difference in quality between a 4K picture and a 720 is amazing. Now, 4K is the exception at the moment. Most websites, with the exception of YouTube, will go 720 or 1080 as being the highest quality they can do. YouTube can do 4K. If you're established on YouTube, then you can broadcast there in 4K using OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster. And it works. I was blown away by the quality. It's just, you go and watch it. I watched the replay on YouTube and thought, that's the future. Now, on Monday, we Nick Wood interviewed. Nick Wood interviewed Lytra from Be Live, and that's the logo up there. And he asked the question, will we get 4K? Will we be able to broadcast in 4K from a web-based broadcasting system? And Lytra replied that technically, from their point of view, everything's ready. But the thing is that what we need, you and I need, is for the internet to catch up, because the more pixels you have, you go from 720, 1080, 4K, then basically the more bandwidth you need. The more bandwidth you need to broadcast, the more bandwidth people get on their mobile phones. And if you're on a tariff, in other words, a monthly plan, then it could be costly to watch on your mobile phone. This eventually will all change, and all broadcasting will be in 4K. But we do need the infrastructure to do it, and we're at the very beginning. So now is the time to get a 4K camera, broadcast to YouTube, and get the art of broadcasting in 4K. It's got a noise cancelling microphone. This is important. Earlier today, we're having a new fence put up at the front of the house, and the carpenter, joiner, whichever, was actually building the fence. And the first thing he had to do was to drill out the concrete holes. Well, not the concrete, the holes with concrete in. And the drill was so noisy, and I was broadcasting. And because of the noise cancelling software, nobody could hear the drilling, just me. Okay, so I broadcast through it. Nobody on my live broadcast actually heard it. That's noise cancellation. So in other words, if you've got a dog and a dog barks whilst you're live broadcasting, if you've got noise cancellation, nobody will hear your dog. Important. Okay, next item. I'm going to show you some software in a minute. It's got, well, I can actually show you this now. If I switch my light off, my Logitech Lytra light was down in the carousel, then I go dark. The camera, which the Brio camera is next to my Logitech Lytra light, is actually up on my monitor. And if I switch the light off as it's done, then it will try and compensate. It will try and do light correction. So you can still see me, but you can see me better when I switch the light back on. Lighting counts. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to show you the software in a moment. It's got a wide field of view. Just let me put I've still got the mobile in my hand. It's 90 degrees field of view. Okay, and 4 times the resolution of a typical webcam. I can't stress this too much. The quality has to be seen to be believed. If you go over to, I'm just going to try and get this right. If you go to YouTube and you look for me, no, that's the, look for me, okay, and you go Stephen Healy 4K, then you should be able to see the video. It is just incredible. It's got auto light adjustment. We just talked about that. It does auto light, and it's got 3 fields of view: 90, 78, and 65. And this is my cue to actually show you. I'm going to take the logo off screen, so I'm on Be Live. I'm going to take that off screen and apply. So the logo is gone. Now what we're going to get to is I'm going to show you the software. Now, if you've got any Logitech camera, with the exception of the Mevo, because you've got the hardware, you can download the software from Logitech.com. All you need to do is go to Logitech.com and type in Logitech Capture. Download the software to your PC, and you can then take control of your camera. As I said earlier, using a camera with the factory defaults is okay. Using a camera with the software is a totally new world. So hopefully this will work, because I do experiment in my shows and not everything goes strictly according to plan. But what I'm going to try and do is to bring the software up on screen. No, I missed it. Just a minute. Nope. It's going to come back in a second. I know it is. Please, just a minute. I've not had this before. Okay, wow. When you're live broadcasting, okay, just between you and me, when you're live broadcasting and you share a Chrome tab, works every time, no problem at all. Go share, pick your tab, and it's in your studio. If you try to share a desktop app, you're actually battling against Windows. And Windows thinks that something is not visible. And if it's not visible, you can't share it. But forget all that. Forget all that. And let's bring the software full screen. This is Logitech Capture's little brother. And I'm going to show you the software. So I'm just going to quickly go through, and we can switch that camera off. Okay. I can hide the video, and now we're side by side. Okay. And I'm going to go like that. So this is the software. And the first thing you can do with the software is that you can zoom in. Now, apologies for this. It won't be for a second, but you can zoom in, and then you can zoom in again. I would suggest that if you're live broadcasting, that is too big. So zoom out again. Now, just a point here. If you're on Zoom and you look like this, then you're going to distract people. The number of people I see broadcasting on Zoom with their forehead cut off, this is not a good look to have on a Zoom call or on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Do not, just check yourself in the camera. I do. This is a bad look. That's all I'm saying. Just a bit of advice. Okay. Make sure how you look in the camera, and never, ever zoom in too far. I need to click in the right place. I'll not tell you what I was doing then, but I might have been clicking the screen. So the whole idea of this is that you have headroom so people can see your forehead. You also want to be in the center of the screen, and you want to try and look at the camera. Yeah. Oh, another thing. If you're live on camera, especially on a Zoom call, if you do this and you move your hands a lot, you're actually sending more signals to the video processor than you need to. The internet is busier than it needs to be if you're waving your hands. And if the internet is busier, it's using more electricity. So waving your hands like that is not good. If you want to say of trees, do not wave your hands. Okay, so that's that bit over. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go widescreen. So I'm going to change my studio up. And next we're going to be looking at, they also got tiny camera, just so you know. So I'm going to go here and we're side by side now. And I'm going to go like this. So you can still see the software. Yeah. But I'm now going to do other controls on the software. We can pan. Yeah. I can pan one way over to my Samsung all-in-one PC. Those were the days. Back over here, and you can now see the other side, and you can see my bookcase. And then I'm going to come back. I always come back to where you're comfortable. So I'm comfortable in the center of the screen, which is round about here. Okay. I can never get it perfectly right. Okay, now we talked about fields of view a moment ago. There are 3 fields of view, 90 degrees. So I'm going to basically take all the zoom off. Okay. And if I go to 90 degrees, okay, this is a true 90-degree view. Now, you'll not see this very often when I'm live broadcasting, but you can see the Samsung monitor on one side, you can see the bookshelf on the other, you can see the chess set. It's a very busy background. And that's why I use a green screen. I use green screen software when I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, but not on Amazon Live. Because in Amazon Live, if I used a background and I show you the Microsoft Arc mouse, the beautiful Microsoft Arc mouse, it would get lost in the green screen. Yeah. If I have a green screen background working. Okay. So this is a view of me that you'll not see very often because I prefer to broadcast with a little bit of zoom. Okay. So let's zoom in a bit. Okay. And at 78 degrees. Okay. This is my preferred setting. This is a setting I work best in. And it's all about you being comfortable. It's different for all of us. So all I'm saying is don't use the camera defaults. Do download Logitech Capture and set the camera up as you want it to be. Yeah, the software's free. Go to logitech.com, download Logitech Capture. So let's come over to here and just to go up the final straight with this software. And I can see that my iPad is switched off. Just a minute. Okay, you're all still there. Thank you for watching. For one moment there, I thought I lost everybody, but thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. If you have any questions, then please do ask. So the next thing we're going to do, and I can go side by side for this, because 65 degrees is too close for me. I prefer 78. Okay, so that's my preferred viewing. On the Advanced tab, and I'm going to put it side by side, you can actually see it. So on the Advanced tab now, I can actually increase the brightness. Okay, so if I increase the brightness, I'm going to go too bright, or if I do it the other way, too dark. All the settings have a default setting of 50. Okay, so I can adjust it until I'm happy. This is a personal decision. I can increase the color. I can go up to 100, which puts me bright red, which is not a good look, or I can come back down. I can be sepia, or I can go back to 50. And if I can get to, I'm just over 50. So just let me tweak this. It sometimes just takes a little bit of control, and I'm doing this live, and back to 50%. You can change the contrast. You can go up and down with the contrast, and then you can go back. You got it. Go back to 50%. I just need to get there. Okay, that's the last adjustment we're making. So 50%, and then I can have auto white balance on or off, and I'm going to leave it on or off. I don't know. Right, okay, I think that looks okay. Right, so that was, back to me, stop sharing. That was a guided tour of Logitech Capture, which works with any Logitech camera. Just go to logitech.com, download the software, and you're in, and you can then actually set it up as you want to. Yeah. Now, I'm aware that during that, I may have gone a bit red. So I switched the light on and off, and everything's adjusted back to pretty close to what it was when I started the broadcast. The thing about changing things, stop moving your hands, stop moving your hands, save trees. The thing about changing things whilst you're live to actually demonstrate is that sometimes you can lose your settings. Don't worry. On the software, there's a reset button, and you can reset it and start all over again. Right, the next thing we're going to talk about is down in the carousel now, and let me go over and bring it up on screen, and in a minute we'll be there. Okay. Now it's the professional grade microphone, which is down in the carousel, which is 41% off today. It's $35.45. I do a lot of mobile video. Yeah, I mean, I'm a desktop guy. I'm a Windows guy, and I love broadcasting. I love broadcasting Amazon Live. I love the fact you're spending time of the day with me, but I also love mobile broadcasting. At the weekends, Angelica, my partner, and I go out visiting properties in the UK. We visit country houses, national monuments, and all the amazing places that we can. And when I do it, I go equipped with my gimbal and I record it. In addition to that, I also take with me this, okay? Because this microphone has 3 uses, okay? It's a lapel microphone, okay? It's this one. Let's get the box the right way up. It's a Power-Wise lapel microphone, and it's the best one that I've found. Because I say, I go out shooting video every week, and having a lapel microphone is the difference between an amateur video and professional video. If you're shooting and you're going to watch the videos just in the family, then you don't need this. But if you want to put the videos on YouTube, then you need a lapel microphone. And this is the lapel microphone that I love. 3 uses. I'm going to show you 3 uses of the lapel microphone, which make $35.45 down in the carousel a very good price. Okay, why? Now, basically, you take the lapel microphone, which is here. Let me just, how do wires get so tangled? Okay, so I take the lapel microphone. The microphone's in there, it's got a cover on it. It's got a crocodile clip. You take the crocodile clip and very quickly, hopefully very quickly, you can attach the microphone to your body. Okay, that's step 1. So that's where the microphone goes on your clothing. If it's summer, t-shirts, if it's winter, a winter jacket. But you put that into the microphone onto your clothing. And the thing about this is that with the microphone in your clothing, you're doing all the absorption of sound. There's no echo at all because your body is doing the sound absorption. Yeah, I'll tell you a little story in a minute. The other end of the lapel microphone goes into your phone, into the audio socket. And if I line this up like that, okay, plugging the microphone into your mobile phone, iPhone or Android, means that you cut out the internal microphone and you're then using the lapel microphone, which is attached to me at the moment. Now, I'm going to show you a video now shot using the lapel microphone, and I'm going to show you what a difference it makes, because I can talk till I'm blue in the face, but if I can show you a video which demonstrates how this can give you high quality sound, and I'm just looking for a video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a video, and today we're going to go to Salisbury. Okay, so the video is now here. That's the video. And we're going to pay a visit to Salisbury Cathedral. Salisbury Cathedral is 100 miles from London. It was built in the 1100s. It is a magnificent place to visit. And we're now going to do a tour of Salisbury Cathedral. First of all, I'll show you the interior. We're going to walk around the interior of the Abbey, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like from outside. So it's a two-part video. I'm going to go here, and the place you're actually looking at, just let me find it in my list, where am I going? I just need to find something. It's going to take a second to set up. Bear with me a moment. It'll be worth it, I assure you. I mean, I'm not tempting you. I'm actually going to show you this video. But I've got some text I want to go with it, and I put it somewhere. You know when you put something somewhere safe and it doesn't turn up? Okay. Right, I wanted this. And I need to change one more setting, and then we're ready to go, and we're going to go around Salisbury Cathedral. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to switch my mic off and press play. Walk around. It's a great place to visit. It's something about Salisbury. And say hello to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Hopefully I'm live on my website too as we take this walk around Salisbury Cathedral. This is going to be a short broadcast, but hopefully it's a successful one. I can't see your comments because I'm actually just following around the cloisters. Okay, now the plan is we'll walk around the four sides of the cloisters and try and avoid people. But Salisbury for centuries has been a place of pilgrimage, just in the same way that pilgrims in Spain go on pilgrimages. Then this is one of the places that people from Europe used to come and visit. We're about to go past a door in a moment, a very special door. So we head towards the end of the corridor, and this piece is closed off. There are gardens through that door. We can go out into the gardens, but we're coming up the third side of the cloisters. And if I go over here, then I can give you an idea of what he said standing up, what the cloisters actually look like. It is a beautiful sight. As I just pan round to the cathedral itself, and hopefully I can just climb down again. Okay, 1, 2, we're down. Okay, so now on our right, and it will be described in a moment on this poster here, this is the chapter house. And the chapter house, we can sort of look through the glass, but that's where there is one of the copies of the Magna Carta from 1215, and it's one of the original copies made at the time of the original. It's one of only. Right, what I'm going to now is just zoom to the exterior of Salisbury Cathedral and show you the outside, so you get some idea of what it actually looks like. 3 exist that I can actually show you the magnificence of the cathedral as we go around. And there's nobody walking around here. We're quite safe until I get to the edge. Then what I'm going to try and do is go up, and if I zoom out, you get some idea of what the cathedral actually looks like. I'm just going to try and adjust here because I do want to get it. That's it. I'm going right to the top of the spire, and it will be cold up there today, and then coming down. Sorry for the being juddery, but we're actually coming down the external walls of the cathedral. Okay, so it is the 21st December 20 I'm back, and we can now remove the video and come back to me. Okay, so that was Salisbury Cathedral. It was shot. Okay, no, that's not, I want to show that. It was shot using this lapel microphone, and the quality of the sound is such that it makes all the difference between being an amateur video and professional video. Okay, now, second use of this is at $35.45. If you're looking for an external microphone, this is the one, because this is an ideal first external microphone, because you can plug it direct into your PC or Mac, and you heard the quality of the sound on the video. You get the same quality on Zoom or on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. You don't need to buy an external microphone. You can just have a lapel microphone, and it works. It simply works. I mean, I've got 15,000 students on Udemy, and all my courses, all my Udemy courses are created using this very microphone. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. Microphone. Okay, yeah, I do teach on Udemy. I teach people how to go live, and I'm very grateful for every single one of those 15,000 students. And this is the microphone that I use. Now, the microphone that you've been listening to, okay, is this one. Okay, this broadcast you've been listening to, I'm just trying to find it. You've been listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. You're watching a Logitech Brio camera, but you're listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. What I'm going to do, I've got a right messy, as they say in the UK. I need to tidy something up. Okay, I've got things all over the place. Yeah, not good. I've got the pouch that the microphone goes in. I need to put things away, because when you're doing these live demonstrations, you tend to get carried away and you put things everywhere. So if you are looking for a microphone for your iPhone or Android phone, power-wise, on the back of here it says, words can change lives, record them perfectly. Words can change lives, record them perfectly. And it does. Okay, so I've got that out of the way. Remember, I'm just tidying up. I'm just going through what I've spoken about. Remember the Logitech C920X camera, brilliant for, it's in the carousel, brilliant first camera, brilliant for Zoom, and I've had mine for 6 years and it just works perfectly. Okay, and then we talked about here, Logitech Lytra light, which is lighting me. If I switch the lights off, that light's off. I go dark. If I switch this light back on, the one that's on my BenQ monitor, then I am lit. We've talked about the software that controls this as well. You can download free software, take control of the light. This is not just on or off. You've got different settings on the back for temperature and for brightness, and you can use software to do that. So you can choose your very own lighting with Logitech Lytra lights. I'm going to put that, just give me a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find and switch to my second camera. Okay, so you're now looking at my second camera, and in a second you'll be looking at my desktop. Okay, so we're switching over to the desktop, and you can see that the desktop, and I need to do something. Just a minute, don't go anywhere. I need to do one thing. I'm well lit, but this area wasn't, so I put some lighting on, and I'm just going to put the Logitech Lytra light, which is in the carousel, back on top of. Yeah, so Logitech Lytra light is now back where it lives, which is good, and we can come to the microphone. I'm just going to move my iPad. You're listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is now featured down in the carousel, and I think it might have stage fright, but I'm going to move the microphone in here. This is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Now, stylish, yes. Good sound? No, sound is basically the sound is different for each of us. If you like the tone, it's the tone, the richness, the deepness of the voice that counts. You're listening to it now. That's the microphone that you're listening to. And it's down in the carousel, and it's $149. And it's one of the best investments I've made in terms of external microphones. It just simply works. Now, I'm very fortunate in that I run panel shows, and I invited 3 people to join me on camera, and I said, bring your microphones with you. And there's Christa Boven from Belgium, Rick Glover from the States, and Alec Dorling from Sweden. Now, when Alec started speaking, I thought, that is the most amazing microphone. I love it. So I put it on my wish list, and then I bought it, and this is it. It's got inputs for headphones, so you can preview the sound. It's got the gain feature on the front. You can actually, it actually has an audio mixer with it, which is just being updated at the moment. So I'll be able to share it later in the week with the audio mixer. But as I've mentioned it, I best share it you now. So let me go over to my desktop. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing the mixer in. Okay. And this is the first time I've seen it because it's just been updated. So back to me. Okay. I'm going to show you for the first time. I mean, it was only released today. The current version is only released today. So you're seeing it first. I'm going to share my desktop. Okay. I'm going to share the software. I've got so much software on my desktop you wouldn't believe. Okay, so I'm going to, this is in addition to the microphone. In addition to that microphone there, you actually get the mixer software. Now I've tried all sorts of fruits, bananas included, but this is the best sound mixer, audio mix that I've found. I'm going to show it to you now. And here it is. This is the audio mixer that comes with the Elgato Wave microphone. And as you can see, you can have up to 7 different inputs. You can input your microphones. I've got 2 working at the moment. You can input a browser sound. You can input Spotify. You can input crisp. And you can input desktop sound as well. Right, that mixer, which is so easy to set up, means that through your microphone, you can play Spotify. Yeah. So if you're doing a broadcast or you're on Zoom, then you, as your microphone, you could have Spotify. Now, this is important to me because I'm a live DJ, and I'm using this week to actually play music live on the internet, licensed music, because the site I'm going to has the ability to play licensed music, copyrighted music, and I'm going to do that using this microphone. So to me, oh, wait a minute. To me, this microphone sounds good and it does the job, and it's just going off stage. And there we go. So it's back to where it is. In terms of using it, you want to be 2 hands away. They say that's the recommended thing. Okay, back to my iPad, which is controlling the broadcast today. And I'm just going to go over, and the next item we're going to look at is, I'm just going to mention it's 9% off today. And that's the Audio Technica microphone, which is here. And this is it. Okay, this is the Audio Technica microphone, which is down the carousel. This is the featured item, sorry. This is a very good microphone. It is 9% off today. It's the predecessor of my Elgato. I still use this microphone. I use it for recording. It has a high quality sound, and on a future broadcast, I'll bring it out again and show you. But if you're looking for a microphone under $100, then I would suggest that this is one to actually look at. It's well respected. It is the Audio Technica AT2020, and It's got 384.5 stars. It's 9% off today. Okay, so as a microphone, I use this microphone for 2.5 years. No problems with it. It's a very solid build. It's got, you put your headphones in there. It's got the gain control on the front. It has the light to show you which way around to put it, which is helpful to me. It is a great microphone, and it does everything you'd expect a microphone to do. I mean, I will plug it in next time, I promise. Okay, but bear with me. It's good sound. If you click the link in the carousel now and go to the Amazon.com page for the Audio Technica AT 2020, you'll be able to hear the microphone, because you'll get videos there of people who are actually demonstrating the microphone. So I will demonstrate it later in the week. Okay, now I've got to be honest here. So pull that back down again. I enjoy broadcasting. I enjoy broadcasting on Amazon Live. Absolutely brilliant. But I've been broadcasting today. This is my 4th broadcast of the day. I've been live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, my website, everywhere. And I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast. Right, let's go back to the carousel, on to the next item. And again, if you have any questions, we're all independent broadcasters. I'm just going to go through and see if there's anything on discount. Alexa, will it rain today?
It probably won't rain tonight. There's only a 14% chance at 1 a.m.
The Alexa dot is down in the carousel at the moment. You can see my Alexa dot. It's here. Okay, there's my Alexa dot there. We've got 4 of them scattered throughout the house, and we use them for alarms in the morning. I use mine for cooking. We use it to get information. These devices, these Echo Dot devices, become part of your life, because they can wake you up in the morning with an alarm call, with your favorite music. You can set shopping lists. You can set to-do lists. You can ask it any question under the sun. So if I ask it, Alexa, who are Logitech?
According to Wikipedia, Logitech International SA is a Swiss multinational manufacturer of computer peripherals and software, with headquarters in Lausanne, Switzerland, and Newark, California. The company has offices.
Okay, you can switch her off when you want as well. It is a very useful device to have. And the thing is, with we don't have young children, but if you've got young children at the house and you've got to help with their homework, then literally Echo Dot is an encyclopedia. And that's not to get into the fact that the Echo Dot can actually control devices around the house. It can control lighting, it can control kitchen equipment, it can control security. So the Echo Dot today is 30% off. Back to me. Okay, going on in the carousel again. Okay. Right, now the name of this show, just let me get set up for this. Give me a second. Okay, I just want to say you're watching Stephen live from England, from Wiltshire in England, and I'm happy to be here. And I just need to set something up, so forgive me for a moment. I'm just going over here, and I'm going to go here. So I'm going to a website, and the website, if I spell the website correctly, I should get the website in a minute. I'm going to share screen on the website. So let's come back to the studio. So I was just setting something up, because for this next section, I actually need to show you something, and I want to show you a web page, because the item that's down in the carousel is featured is this. It's the Fitbit Inspire 2, and this is the action part of Lights, Camera, Action. Okay. Oh, sorry. Lights, Camera, Action is an old movie phrase from the days when they used to make westerns. And the gaffer, as soon as the director said the scene was to start, action, would actually take the clapperboard do that, which you didn't hear, fortunately, and the scene would start. So that's basically where lights, camera, action comes from. Okay, I think by this time that the website I'm looking for, I just need to log in. So I'm going to show you my own personal exercise dashboard from Fitbit, and it's going to take a second to load. So I'm going to stop sharing. It will take a second to load. Okay, so we've got it in a second. Just bear with me, and we'll talk about the Fitbit. Now, this is the Fitbit Inspire 2, which is down in the carousel. This is the version that's got, this is the strap you actually get with this Fitbit Inspire 2. This is, just a minute. Just a minute. I'm still here. Okay. I'm back now. I just went to get something. Okay. This is the way I stay fit. Walking is probably the easiest way of staying fit. If you buy a Fitbit Inspire 2, then you're buying good health, because the more you exercise, the better your health is. Simple and straightforward. Right. Okay. Why do I do this? Okay. I do this because I enjoy, just a minute. I've got medals turning up. I enjoy walking. And in a minute, I'm going to explain what this is about. But the Inspire 2 is the starter of a way of life, because everything I'm about to show you now, as I share my screen, is free. What I'm sharing with you is my personal Fitbit dashboard. When you get the Fitbit, you go and register it, and you also sign up to the Fitbit community. Now, let's go there. Let's go to the Fitbit community. I'm going to share screen, and we're going to go over to Fitbit.com. Now, everything I'm showing you now is totally free. There is no subscription with a Fitbit. It is subscription free. So let's go here and bring up, here's my dashboard. And now I'm going to explain it to you. And everything I'm telling you now is totally free. If you get the Fitbit that's down in the carousel, all of this is yours at no extra charge. There is no extra charge for this. You go to the website and you sign up for free, and you become part of an international community of people who want to get fit and stay fit. Now, you notice the first picture is of two people. That's the sign for the Fitbit community. And within the community, you can join and you can get helpful advice on staying fit using your Fitbit. Okay, that's the first thing. Big community, supportive community. Everyone in that community has a Fitbit and wants to stay fit. Motivation. There are two challenges run by members for members, no charge. There's a weekday challenge, Monday through Friday, and there is a weekend challenge, Saturday and Sunday. Two challenges. I take part because the thing is, it's magical. Okay, it's a ladder. And the idea is, well, you've got a ladder. People who can do a lot of steps and people who just keep going. And I want to come somewhere in the middle. It's a league. And basically you sign up for the weekly competition, and then your steps are sent through to Fitbit.com and they're registered there. So if you go out for a 3-mile walk, your friends in the ladder know about it and they cheer you. You get applause. In other words, these are people who want you to win, who want you to be fit, and they are fellow Fitbit users. Okay, so community is a big thing with Fitbit, and the Fitbit community is absolutely priceless, because there's nothing like people, because the thing is, when we're doing exercise, when we're doing exercise, then we need support. You can set yourself all the tasks in the world, but you need support, and support comes from the people on Fitbit.com. It can measure your sleep. If you wear the Fitbit to bed 4 nights consecutively, then it will measure your sleep pattern, tell you when you're in dream sleep, tell you when you're awake. And it's surprising how many times we actually wake up during the night. And if you've done it for 4 days, it will give you a sleeping plan. Okay, based on what's happened. Now, come to the next bit. What is the maximum number of steps you've done in a day? 60,000 steps is 30 miles. And I have done, wait for it, it says I've done 60,000 steps. I best explain. This medal, well, I'm going to wear it because I don't get much chance to wear it, and I'm quite proud of it. This medal is for the marathon from Avebury to Stonehenge, 26 miles, 385 yards. I've got 7 of them. This is why I wear a Fitbit. Sorry, I need to strangle myself in. This is why I wear a Fitbit, to stay fit, so that I can actually do marathons, walks. Okay. The other thing I can do, I've got a second medal here. Because I wear the Fitbit and stay fit, I was able to do this. Now, this is a blue band, which is obviously more important. And this medal is for a 10K. Okay. Now, I'm in training at the moment to do 5Ks. Walking is absolutely the best way to keep fit. Back to Fitbit.com. Everything I'm showing you is free. And if we go down here, I can go to more. And I'm showing you my exercise now. That's I'm doing the exercise today, but let's go for the week. Okay, and that's my exercise each day. But the one I'm interested in, the one that motivates me, is the year. And it says that so far this year, I've done 837 miles. And my target, just going down, my target is to do 1,000 miles a year. And that is going to keep me fit. This Fitbit Inspire 2 is an ideal gift for somebody, because I've got to tell you, if you give somebody a Fitbit as a gift, you're giving them the gift of health, and they will not be expecting a Fitbit. It's also a great gift for yourself. And Gurkha's got the same Inspire 2, and we go walking, we go out every lunchtime, we either 1 mile, 2 miles, or 3 miles. That's what keeps us going. You've kept me going on Amazon Live today. I want to say I'm going to take the medals off afterwards. I want to say thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live today. I always enjoy broadcasting on Amazon Live. I am privileged to be able to do so. I'm back again tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Take care. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Thank you. My thoughts are with, well, you know where my thoughts are today. Thoughts of everybody in the UK are with people in the USA. And take care. Bye for now.